these figures showing that about a third of voters from South Asian heritage here in Lancashire and the North West actually voted to leave.
Doesn't surprise me at all. The referendum campaign in itself was carried out in such a way that people voted with their feelings rather than with facts.
Right.
And the South Asian communities are not immune to any of that. Much of the debate that centred around immigration actually confused many issues. And that is something that worked into all communities, not just the white working class, as it's so unfairly portrayed in so much of this debate. And so many of the issues that were put forward, for instance, this whole argument of chefs coming into work in Indian restaurants, as a for instance. Now, that is something which the European Union does not have any restriction on the UK on. That is entirely a national decision that is made. But people voted having been told that actually those chefs can't come because these Europeans can come here. Now, it's a false logic that you can have more immigration by limiting immigration. It doesn't work that way.
Well, is it a case that the government, the only immigration that they could control was the fact that you couldn't get experienced Indian chefs coming into this country because they could control that, but where it came to controlling the border with the people from the European Union, the government can't do anything about that? Now, with Brexit, they can.
No, that is not the case at all. Within the working provisions of the European Union, every member state has the ability to control who is coming into the United Kingdom. So this narrative, who's coming into any individual country, and that applies also to the United Kingdom. So this narrative that any European Union citizen can automatically come here and we have no power to stop them is simply untrue. That is not the case at all. Okay. Right. Secondly, when it comes to issues of particular skills sets that we require, so dealing once again with the Indian chefs, if those people are not available to us within the market that we immediately have, the labour market in front of us, then we can bring those people in from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, wherever it may be. And it is a national decision as to how that system is to operate. Now, that system hasn't been operating in a way that has been satisfactory for that particular trade and industry, but that is a national decision. It's nothing to do with the European Union.
What do you make of the Brexit negotiations? Not that we've had that much, but what do you make of them so far?
I live in hope. On the basis,
They're a mess.
Well, what I hope our negotiators are going to be doing is concentrating on the detail, and so much, including the interviews that we've just heard displayed, put forward this morning, show that there is simply not enough awareness about the complexity of what we are dealing with here. People still take the view that it's a very easy thing to do to leave the European Union, and it's very easy just to go out and negotiate new trade agreements wherever we like around the world. It simply is not going to be like that. We have to manage this incredibly complex and difficult circumstance by making sure that we concentrate on the detail that's before us. I still live in the hope that providing we do that, we do have the ability to arrive at a negotiated settlement between us and the European Union. However, whichever way you turn this is a damage limitation exercise, and it simply boils down to what extent are we going to be able to limit the damage. There really is not going to be a sunny uplands at the end of this process.
But some people say there are. Obviously, you're going to say that because you were on the losing side.
No, Graham. I speak as somebody who
will be out of a job at the end of this.
I speak as somebody who has 13 years of experience at a European Union level on behalf of the United Kingdom, who has worked extensively on free trade agreements, including with India and throughout South Asia, on behalf of the European Union, ensuring not just Britain's interests were properly protected, but the European Union's. And I speak as somebody who understands the detail of what we're dealing with here. Okay. And it's only right that my constituents should be made aware that this is an incredibly difficult circumstance that we have to face.
Sajjad Karim, thank you for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.